We are going to do a Jacksonville mock draft. They got 5th pick in this season's go. And guess what? Wait, hang on. Let me say it. I got 2 ways of saying it. I got the Cohen way, Duval, and hold your Molotov cocktails, Duval. Woo! Okay. All right. So Jacksonville. Let's get into it. First, I actually want to look at your guys' roster and who's your free agents. We'll look into that in a second, okay? So, Jacksonville's free agency. They're losing Sheriff. I like Sheriff. Mac Jones, but you already got your quarterback. Ledbetter. Ooh, you're losing Cisco. I really like his career in the Thong Song. That was a while ago, though. Shout out to Cisco for still keeping it together. And all right, they're not in a bad spot. Not losing too much there in free agency. What's their cap space looking like? $32 million. They got Christian Kirk. Well, let's see if they have any cap savings. They've got a little bit they can take care of. Man, Christian Kirk. I know they really wanted to trade him this past season. Yeah, they probably are going to get rid of him. They got a few void years. They can do a post-June 1st cut for a little extra savings. I'm not sure what kind of free agents you guys would want there for Duval. I almost feel like, yeah, you got your quarterback. I think there's still a lot of jury out on him being and how good he is, truly. In Madden, he's rated 75 overall, so he's trash, right? T-Law. But he was injured a lot. Hopefully next year he comes back and performs. But let's take a look at your roster overall at the moment. PFF rated him 19th before he went down. Brian Thomas is already a superstar at the wide receiver position. You definitely could use more weapons, though. Your ETN might be gone this year, too. Is Tank able to be stepping into a main role? I feel like the answer is no. I feel like Detroit has led most teams to go back into. I don't think any team really got away from it. The shared role is so very important at that position, but maybe you run back with ETN or just draft the younger ETN in a later round. Brenton Ingram. Ingram's a cut candidate too, since Brenton looks pretty good. I'd say, yeah. How much more do they save if they get rid of him? Ingram, 5. Oh man, only like basically $6 million. Post June 1st, you can save $15 million. That's a tough one. Website name, we're on PFF right now, and we are on Over the Cap for the rest of it. All right, on defense, a guy named Tyson Campbell. I like Tyson Chicken. Campbell, kind of mixed on. Darby, Jarian. Wow. Their secondary really fell apart. You know, this is why I don't stomp on the terrible towel, Duval. I will say it is funny. Like, Jacksonville has got, like, a crazy rivalry with Pittsburgh, but, like, I feel like the other way isn't true. Jacksonville hates Pittsburgh. I don't get it why, because Jacksonville's, like, won a lot of the matchups. Devin Lloyd playing well. Full say, okay. They got Mason. I mean, he's young, though. So even though he's ranked 105, we'll give him a little bit of time. I think definitely defensive interior, like another Mason could help out. And your edges. They got Trayvon Walker 47th, but that's definitely not a guy you want to replace. Number 1 overall pick. And then Hines Allen. The nice thing about Jacksonville is that, like, they have the hard positions basically figured out. The hardest positions in the NFL, I feel like, to get the great players: quarterback, edge, wide receiver, And so like they have like the most like expensive positions to fill out through free agency already on the roster. So you're kind of just building around the blocks that are already good. So that's huge. And then you get the 5th overall pick. Now, we're going to do a 5th round mock. If I'm Jacksonville, I would explore trade down opportunities. 100%. The problem is I'm not sure who's going to be there at 5 that you'd be willing to trade down from. Because there is a lot of, well, I would say a lot. There's good blue chip prospects at the top, and then it kind of falls off quickly, so you don't really want to go down very much. So let's go ahead and take a look. I don't see a reason to trade up. Cam Ward, Shadur. So 1-2 quarterback, Hunter, Will Johnson. Okay. Well, if this is the board situation and Abdul Carter is there, the 2nd ranked player on PFF and the number 1 ranked player on many people's board, if he's there and you already have your edges, you're going to get a haul, I feel like. You're going to get a haul. People are like, Abdul Carter is the best edge rusher that's come out. I don't know. Since, as a recruit, he's not as good as Garrett coming out. I don't even know who would be the last great one that came out, dude. Carter ain't falling to 5. He's not, but anything can happen in real life. So if I'm looking at Jacksonville, I got more holes in a sinking ship, right? I only got so many fingers I can plug in the dam before I start saying other swear words. This is a trade down, great spot. Micah wasn't an edge rusher coming out. He was an off-ball linebacker that dabbled there. Not even Dallas knew Micah was an edge rusher. I gotta pursue it, dude. Okay, let's look at who's here left. So I would be fine. Dude, can you imagine Tet and Graham? Need O-line. Let me take a look back. I didn't really take a look at their O-line very much. I'm actually fine with your tackles. I'm okay with them at the moment. Young Anton. Sheriff could be leaving, though. So I can see the point of a guard. And then Ezra. I'm cool. I like Ezra. Mitch Morse, yeah. From Buffalo. So I'm good with a guard, but maybe go guard later. Will Anderson. Okay, I can see. I don't know. Some people are having Abdul above Will Anderson as far as the quality. But okay, so double down on Tet. Because, you need to see if Trevor Lawrence is that guy. If you can get him Tet, if you can get him Graham. Oh, well, not him, but, if you can get Graham's also a great choice. I think I'm going to trade back to 7. I'm going to let the Jets grab the edge. Now, it might be a bad idea. Hang on. Let me look at the trade chart value. So, for the Jets to go from 1,500 to 1,700, we need 200 value. So, the 2nd round pick is a little bit more expensive than that. So, 200 would be like a 3rd round pick. So, pick up an extra top 100 pick for going down 2 spots. $92, maybe 92 and 145. 92, 130. That's not really a lot. What about, hang on, 480. So then I'll send them back. 42 for 5 and 105. 105 is about 84. I'm still a little shy on it. $88. 150. So that's would I like that? The Jets are at 480. I get 200, 150. I could do that, I guess. It's not the value of the picks, it's the value of the player. I mean, to be fair, I think I'm right. I think you're right. So, because they're going to get Abdul Carter, I think the Jets have to overpay a little. So, I'll be fine with 7 and 42 for 5 and 105 in this. Even though it says only 66% chance of happening, I think we're gonna force it and send it. And we'll go back 2 spots. Now, if they don't take Abdul Carter, this is fucked up, but okay. Somebody took Abdul Carter. Malachi Starks. Okay, so we're sitting here at 7 with a choice of both Tet and Mason Graham. So I think what I'm gonna do here, do Panthers want to go with what? I'm fine with either one of them. I think I'm gonna take Mason Graham though. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the Jacksonville roster to double check it, because if you go Mason Graham and then like who are they gonna double, right? Like you're gonna try and build your team up like Philadelphia just won the Super Bowl itself. Build through the trenches. You already have an alpha receiver now. 2 alpha receivers is what Cincinnati wins with. So you basically have to decide, Duval, do I want to win like Philadelphia or like Cincinnati? Trenches or skill players? I think I'm going to try and win like Philadelphia, seeing as they just won a Super Bowl. And I'm going to take the trenches. Okay? I'm going to go with Mason Graham right here. Not going to move back. One of the last blue chippers. So, Duval, double Mason in the tier. Now I got pick 36 and 42, which is great at this spot because there are some really good receivers left on the bar. I wouldn't say they're like as good as what we just passed on, but there's a reason why he was a top end of the first round pick. For the rest of the roster, in the wide receiver core, getting Jack Betch is awesome. I really like them. He's been a big riser. I might wait till like pick 70 to pick from this area of receiver. Right here, man, I kind of want to go Tyler Booker. The problem with Tyler Booker is that like I think he might be gone in the real draft by now. I think Tyler Booker for a lot of draft analysts is like a top 20 player. Now, that's not saying a guard can't slip this far. We've seen a lot of interior linemen slip far in the draft. Creed Humphrey. But again, I'm going to build through the trenches. I think, as of right now, Tyler Booker is by far my favorite pick here. Although rebuilding your secondary, your safety slot, if he's gone, is not a bad spot. Xavier Watts being right here is oh, God, I love that choice too. I think I'm going to take Tyler Booker for you here in your first pick of round 2. And then now we have the pick we just traded for, going from 5 to 7. And at this pick, we're going to go ahead and go to safety. Although we can look through the rest of the guys up there. Like an off-ball linebacker? Dang. Oh, there's so much good. Darian Porter's tall, long, fast. Man, the world of your hand. Giving a halfback to help out your quarterback. There's a lot of good halfbacks left, though. So I think what I'm going to do is help your secondary. Seeing as, if you guys recall, we're losing Cisco here. And so Xavier Watts here at 42. And then now we're at pick 70. Let's look. Oh, Jalen Royals was taken right before us. I think. So we got our downfield stretcher and Brian Thomas. We got our guy that goes deep for the money. So Bond is a guy I'm not going to grab. He's small and really fast. He might 4.3 speed, that kind of stuff. Tez Johnson, similarly, absolutely really rail thin playmaker. He showed up at the Senior Bowl. Man, I could wait and pick up somebody later. Dang, I really don't like where I'm at. I love Trey Harris. I love him a lot. He's just high risk, high reward as far as injury troubles. I compare him a little bit to like George Pickens' play style down the field, contested catch ability. For my 3rd round pick. Let me see what else is out here. Alfred Collins, double down on the interiors, awesome. I might go with a halfback here. This is like prime real estate to choose your favorite halfback. Although I don't mind taking another dip at the well of corner. Let's do it. Let's take a halfback right here. Let's go Travion Henderson. Let's just say ETN walks. And we're going to grab Travion Henderson here at pick 70. You guys probably all saw him take that house shot at the end of half in the playoffs. Travion is electric. Okay? So we're looking amazing so far. We have improved our run defense, our interior pass rush, our interior running game, and just like overall explosiveness on offense. Helped out our back end. Bro, this draft is insane so far. Now, I am higher on Mason Taylor than a lot of other people. Elijah Arroyo, talk about Senior Bowl standouts. He dominated, okay? The issue with him is he has a very strong FU personality, which is like, I love it, I hate it, I don't know what it's gonna do to the locker room, man. I don't know. Okay? But shoot. This is a tough guy to pass on here at 88. To refill your tight end room with a playmaker. So would I go? I think it's got to be one of them. I think I'm taking best talent available. I would like another corner. But I feel like I like some of the names down the board a little bit. I don't know. Denzel Burke's like, whatever. Dorian Strong's okay. Kobe Bryant. I think I'm taking best talent available if I'm Jacksonville. And that right here is Elijah Arroyo. So we're going to draft him. So even though, we didn't take the receiver, we took basically a god-tier receiving threat in the middle of the field, letting Ingram walk or getting rid of him basically, seeing as he's been, injured this past year a lot of the time. Duval is going ham right now. Even if Ingram stays, having those two big bodies as receiving threats, and like Arroyo can like be kind of like a learner his first year, since the tight end is probably the hardest position other than quarterback on offense to learn. You gotta block, you gotta run the routes, so you gotta learn basically offensive line stuff and receiver stuff. Being able to like give him almost I wouldn't say a redshirt year, but a year to work him in, as Ingram kind of runs off into the sunset. If you do keep him, is awesome. All right, we got 2 picks left in this 5-round mock draft for Jacksonville. These Jaguars are looking fierce. Con is loving it so far. We're conning the rest of our league with our great picks. Let's take a look what we got. Elijah. I feel like I'm going to look to the trenches again first before I circle back, because I like Torrey Horton. You don't see evidence of Ingram leaving or let go. He just didn't earn his contract, is why there's thoughts about him getting gone. Okay. Man, I might take... I feel at this point, I just want players to be like... Because injuries happen. I just want more talent on the O-line. I might go... A CB's not a bad idea, though. Interior offensive line. I drafted an interior offensive lineman. I think I'm going to take Emory Jones. Coming into the year, Emory Jones was like a first-round draft prospect. He did not look good this year. I think I'm going to basically, like, he's another one like Arroyo. Very strong personality. I think I'm going to do it and then hope he develops for me. So Emory Jones here, I feel like is fine value at pick 124. And just hope he comes back as a professional and shows what he showed a little bit earlier and takes a step forward once he like focuses completely on football, even though I don't know. Anything can happen with development. That's just kind of thrown up in the air. And I think for my last pick of the mock, We're gonna go into the secondary and just we're gonna grab Dorian Strong out of VT. Okay. All right. So here's the 5-round mock finalization for Duval. We traded down 2 picks because of the talent available to it. Because quarterbacks went like 1-2, so it allowed us to get a blue chipper later than we needed because we did not need Abdul Carter because we already have 2 strong edges. But we got an A+, as they say, interior. We helped solve our guard issue that we're going to lose to free agency. Xavier Watts to help out the secondary. Amazing playmaker. Travion Henderson to bring juice to your backfield. Elijah Arroyo, a phenomenal big target because we're trying to support our QB, our number 1 overall, as hard as possible. And then some development picks late that will hopefully help us out. So there it is. That, I mean, they call it a B, right? Mike McCarthy, the guy who's doing these grades, didn't love it, but you get this draft, Duval, we'll be seeing you in the playoffs. We'll see if T-Law can beat out. Might be a little tough. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs here in the AFC, but that's a darn good start. This is a god level draft. This is pretty unrealistic. You think the Jags gonna be this competent with drafting? Hey, they got new bodies, man. They got new bodies. The bad man's gone.